Welcome to the Homa Bay 100. This is an initiative designed to give mental health counseling to 100 young Kenyans. It's put together by the HERE Foundation, which is a global relief organization that eases human suffering with digital treatment technologies that help humanity triumph over trauma. It does this by bringing together trauma-informed interactive exercises with contemplative practice into a platform and curriculum for scientific stress reduction. We're here in Homa Bay, Kenya, on the border of Uganda and Tanzania. It's a beautiful backdrop located on the edge of Lake Victoria. However, Homa Bay County hides a dark secret. See, Homa Bay is also the epicenter of sexual and gender-based violence in Kenya, where roughly one half of all young women will experience this kind of trauma in their lifetime. And I'd like to introduce you to this man, Benedict Ochieng. Benedict is a therapist and counselor, and when the pandemic began, HERE helped fund a pilot program for 25 trauma victims in his community. Using counseling, content, and curriculums provided by HERE, Benedict was able to create meaningful reductions in many of the trauma-based symptoms that the 25 trauma victims were experiencing. This is Benedict's clinic. As you move away from the township, you quickly find yourself on broken dirt roads on the edge of what is known as an informal community. Informal settlements are very common in Kenya. The term covers any form of illegal housing, shelter, or settlement which then falls outside of government control and protection by the state. Aerial views often paint the picture of a mountain of scrap metal, and even though they may be considered slums, the average rent is still $25 a month. Informal communities are bustling with energy, but life is a daily struggle. Residents lack basic necessities like safe drinking water, electricity, and sewage disposal, and are victims of trauma due to poverty, unemployment, and crimes such as burglary, muggings, and rape. For people in the worst of life situations, Benedict and his Homa Bay clinic offer the warm embrace of a rare and safe space. Benedict and his team are now capable of bringing in 25 victims of trauma every 3 months. The intake window consists of identifying candidates in the community and assessing them on the severity of their case, their willingness to receive traumatic support, and the risks posed by not admitting them. The program primarily supports adolescent girls and young women, although young males are also assessed, and male spousal support is included in the case of gender-based violence in domestic relationships. Each enrollee is assessed across spectrums of mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, relational, and economic dimensions, and they're provided customized counseling according to their needs. Every week, participants attend the clinic for private counseling as well as community group sessions. The counseling program is supplemented with the HERE educational platform, which is a curriculum designed to teach everybody about trauma, the practices of meditation, as well as self-care. At the core of the HERE digital intervention platform are trauma-informed interactive exercises that are designed to counteract the effects of stress. These exercises blend guided practice with music and interactive components. A very simple example of which would be this breathing exercise. Peace building, conflict resolution, and nonviolence principles are incorporated to foster life-supporting perspectives that can be carried back into the community. The HERE content and curriculum is designed inside a digital platform that can be used in classroom situations as well as a take-home app for all the participants. We also offer analog experiences such as workbooks that allow people to access information about trauma and their own self-care regardless of their digital access. The final dimension of each program is actually an economic component. This is incredibly important because many of these young women are in relationships where the challenges have been around sexual and gender-based violence. If there is no resolution in relationship, these women need the economic opportunity to stand on their own 2 feet. The way this works is at the end of the program, any women who don't have gainful employment are given 2 options. The first is the community will crowdsource a job opportunity for them, and the second is to take part in what is known as an economic chama. A chama is a social investment lending community where there is a pool of funds that are actually loaned out to kickstart businesses. Once they are on their feet, they are expected to repay that loan into the social investment lending community at a small or nominal interest rate over the course of the loan. This helps to ensure that the Chama pool of funds is maintained and able to be relent out to other members of the community as they graduate the program. Now meet Helen at the top right of your screen. Helen came to us a couple of years ago in a very difficult situation with her domestic partner. Violence had eroded the stability of the relationship and was impacting her children. After going through this program, Helen was given the opportunity to start a baking business, and she began to sell chapati from her home. Flash forward 2 years, and Helen is now a bright, vibrant leader in the community who is also working inside the clinic to help other young women and couples graduate into a better place. And I'd also like for Sharon to share her story in her own words.
Do anything that you find your hands can do, and do it with passion. And I shared with Benedict that there is a friend of mine whom I've seen making liquid soap. So I interacted with the lady, came and shared with me because I never had capital by then. I'm very grateful. Benedict gave me a capital of 1,000 shillings to go and start the business. And to report that today, that is something that I'm using today to at least provide for my kids something. And Benedict, if God is to bless people, may God bless you abundantly. Otherwise, thank you.
To run the clinic for the next 12 months is going to cost us $5,000. This will allow us to bring 100 young Kenyans in and ensure they get the counseling and the education they need to thrive. The money will allow us to pay the counseling staff some stipends, as well as develop the curriculum in Swahili and convert that into the take-home books on trauma and self-care. We'll also be able to fund the Economic Community Kickstart loans, as well as register the clinic, pay for administration fees, and buy some new technology in the form of computers and a printer, projector and speakers for group counseling, as well as Wi-Fi access for the 12 months. For those who might benefit from understanding how their donation can directly impact the budget, here are some breakdown items. $25 will get us a month of clinic internet. $50 will provide one large economic Kickstarter business loan. $125 will get us a projector, $250 for a refurbished clinic computer, $500 will give us stipends for an entire quarter, and $1,000 would actually fund the entire Swahili curriculum production fees. Thank you for listening. We ask that you open your hearts and your wallet and help 100 young Kenyans achieve a vital, healthy, and prosperous future. Thank you.